Now I know. It's a new month. It is March, first week officially, and I should be on here, which I had it planned to be talking about the new and those March games, RPGs that was going to be coming out. But Square Enix think they slick. They cheated because on leap year, on the 29th, Final Fantasy VII, the remake, the Rebirth, it dropped. And I don't know if this happens to y'all, but it happens to me a lot. With anime and with, like new seasons and stuff in anime. I did that with Attack on Titan, from Attack on Titan season 1, and then finally when Attack on Titan season 2 dropped with the half of 8 episodes, when we waited a whole freaking 4 years for it, that hurt me. But I digress. I've got ahead of myself. But look, Final Fantasy VII, the remake, the Rebirth, it is such a great game. And literally, I'm not even, I'm maybe halfway, maybe, I don't know. Look, I ain't ate, I ain't slept. Look, I ain't did nothing. I just been, that's it. If you got some shows, ain't no sports on right now. Just read a page, turn the page, read a page, wash your hands, read a page, wash your hands. That was old Rocco's Modern Life thing. I'm excited about this game. This was one of the games that I grew up with, my second favorite game of all time. And damn, it's making me question things just because of the sheer scope of what Final Fantasy VII has become. And my first game is Chrono Trigger. It's just because this is all and everything that we had been asking and begging Square Enix to do as far as an open world. The last time we seen an open world like this great, this grand on a Final Fantasy game was on Final Fantasy XII, which Final Fantasy XII had everything except the characters and the story on lock. Truth be told, sorry Von's Boo Boo Butter, but this is not about Final Fantasy XII, nor about the games that are coming out this month. I postpone that to next week or something, because again, technically this game did come out in March. That's what I'm gonna tell myself. Final Fantasy VII, the Rebirth. I'll get some of the negatives out of the way first, and this ain't no review. This is just, it's just the thumbnail. Look at it. It's just some impressions. It's just not even a first week with it. It's just basically a weekend with Final Fantasy VII. And like I was saying that before, I didn't get a chance to play it like right when it came out. I waited a day and a half because I had to get myself prepared to get ready to embark on an adventure. And when I was making the analogy about Attack on Titan season 1 between season 2 is because, it had been so long we waited for Final Fantasy Remake from, what was it, E3 2014 all the way until we just recently got it. And man, was it during the miasma? So when 4 years later we see what we wanted to see, some of the things that, and this again is spoiler free, some of the things that I love that they've done, they did completely remove treasure chests. Y'all know how I hate, how I loathe these treasure chests. They have a limited amount of treasure chests, and they also did this a lot and really well when it came to Remake. They put the treasure chests in certain places, but Xenoblade Chronicles 3 did this as well with some of the chests that they did. I loved how they used to drop the big, stuff from the sky, the rations and things from the sky, and that gave a scope to the world. It wasn't a whole magical thing that they had to do, which is something subtle that made you feel like it fit in the world more organically than you randomly picking up some kind of superior steel edge from a random treasure chest that 126 NPCs over 100 or 1,000 year scope, depending on the game, took. That bothers me. But Final Fantasy Rebirth and Remake, they've done a really great job when it comes to putting these Shinra treasure chests and things in certain locations, as well as the inventory and the transmutilation, the alchemist parts of items. Items are a staple to every Final Fantasy and every RPG. I love when you have other options than just gil and money to, supply yourself with these itemly needs. Itemly needs, I know how I said it, itemly needs. But the transmutilation makes you want to pick up these little shining beacons or colorful grass or bags of weeds. It makes those things feel more organic again, where you actually have to do other gameplay functions. Some of the classic events that we've seen from the original Final Fantasy VII, the OG 1997 one, is back, and they've emphasized a lot on this game with gameplay. The Queen's Blade card game is literally the new Triple Triad. It takes parts from Triple Triad and then other parts from Triple Triad, and then it mixes some kind of chess in with a little Othello, and you got cool looking character cards, and you can play almost basically as soon as you get your first deck. D-E-C-K, pause, D-E-C-K, the heart of the cards, before you get your first deck to be able to play, like, right pretty soon. And I really love how they incorporated the game inside of the game, because those are things that make you, again, feel a part of the game. And this game so far has that feeling of heart. They cheated, again, Square Enix cheated, because, this is one of them Hanabaru Sakagachi produced Nobu, which you got a few tracks and stuff on here as well, of course. But, it's during that Squaresoft time that this story came out. So to see these things fully fleshed out and like the vision that they were supposed to see, it's kind of like what George Lucas said when he redid Star Wars and everybody was mad at him. He was explaining the fact that the Star Wars, when the computers caught up to it, he was able to that's the vision he had. And that's what I feel that this Final Fantasy VII is, this Rebirth. It's so many mini games. It's at least 6-7 mini games. I'm not even at Gold Saucer yet, y'all. From Fort Condor to a dolphin mini game to it's to the Queen's Blood mini game to Chocobos. I understand why they could not do Chocobo breeding here. I'm still hopeful. I'm praying with the Holy Materia earrings that they can bring some kind of Chocobo breeding in the next game, which I don't know what it's going to be. And don't spoil it in the chat, on the bottom of the comments. Y'all ain't got to be mean, man. The first game was spoiled for me. Don't hurt my feelings. I'm not spoiling it for y'all. We just talking first impressions. We about halfway through. So it's such a being able to go through Junon and Casa del Sol and being able to be on the ship and then going around Junon and then that area in between the Chocobo Ranch and Midgar and Calm. It really is a big game. I was talking to one of my homegirls who's playing it at the same time too, and she's like, this map is huge. The map is huge. This is what we wanted. This is what we needed. We didn't need Final Fantasy 16, to be very honest with you, unless Final Fantasy 16 was going to have these assets. And speaking of assets, kudos. Like, I know some people are going to be mad because I've already heard, some woke talk. I'm surprised I haven't heard more woke talk, to be honest, because there's a lot of black folks in this game. Shout out to Square Enix for saying something and doing it. Like, some of the characters are, Black Barbie or a Black Ken or Latino Barbie, Latino Ken, but there are some more Indian Ken and Indian Barbie. But you get a chance to see features with some of the major NPCs or people who actually, what do you call them? A VIP NPC, like a very important non-playable character. They actually have the right hair, the right features, the right build, and this new thing where games are allowing you to hear conversations with characters without actually having to go up and talk and click a button. There's so many mini games. I don't even want to talk about all of them because like I said, I ain't trying to be spoilerific. I just had to pause the game for a second to fully just embrace it. And I have a lot of save files because I know I want to go back and experience these certain parts. It's just even from the part that I'm in, they did a really good job of being able to stretch, and literally I understand also why they can't make the game all on one disc. This is 147 gigabyte freaking game here, y'all. And literally the whole game of Midgar, that one, which I always thought it should have been called Final Fantasy VII Midgar, but I'm up in the writer's room. I'm still yet to know why this one's Rebirth. I don't want to know yet. I've been enjoying myself. I'm making love to the game. I got some incense and some sage burning right now. I'm really enjoying it. It's not a perfect game. No game, no situation, nothing on earth is perfect. It has this weird rendering thing where the graphics are so damn good that it feels like it's popcorn crackling a little bit, because it'll have this thing where it's like the graphics have to catch up to be rendered, and that's a little weird. I mean, that I'm cool with that. The frames can get a little off every now and again. I'm not at 4K. I'm running it at 1080p 60 frames. So just basically the standard, what still isn't completely standard yet, which is crazy, right? So it's running solid for me. I'm off the PlayStation 5. Well, it's only on the PlayStation 5. But that's one of the things when it comes to, I wish I could make more customizable battle units where I can switch. You only get 3. I wish I could switch between the characters, at least have 5 or as many characters. I have the groups. One of the major things I love is all of your characters follow behind you. There was more of these games need to do this. I don't care if I got a 16 damn man roster. I want to be like One Piece. I'm off my damn ship. I'm off of the sunny, and I'm walking through the streets with all my homies, with all my pirate folks. And that's what Avalanche is out here doing on these streets. They'll have 2 people that are in the back, and it always harkens to what Barrett said when you first get to PHS, when you're going to from Midgar on the original, excuse me, you have to decide whether you want to go with Aerith and Tifa, or you want to go with Barrett and Red. And of course, I mean, I chose the ladies, and he said the reason why you had to go in a party of 3 because people would be tripping. So I love the fact that they step a few meters. Look, I'm talking meters like I'm not from the States. They some feet away from you where they can see you, and it's just so many things that are just they put so much attention to detail that this has to be one of the game of the years, even if it was on its own category. A remake can be, oh my goodness, this game is great. If you got a PS5, you like action. I got some folks that's never played Final Fantasy and they played Remake. You don't have to play Remake to play this one. That's what I heard. I would, maybe I would play this one, start off, and then play the other one, since this one's hyping. It's an RPG, so it could be at least 50, 60 hours. So depending if you want to go into hibernation and just shut off all things about RPGs. But I pick it up, y'all. Pick it up. This is a highly suggested game, which you should be role-playing, first impressions, X, Y, and Z, whatever you want to call it. I can't go into too much details of too much stuff. Look, I still got a Grand Blue Fantasy Relink review to do, but this has been taking up my time. When I'm not working, I'm working on this. But anyway, I know I'm excited. That's all I got for y'all today. Do me a favor to hit that like button if you do like the content that you have been seeing, and let YouTube know that, well, you like it and you want to see more of it. Also, if you feel so inclined and you want to stay up to date with all things RPGs, sprinkle with some of that geek, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I make geekly content here on the channel damn near daily. Also, the archives, 5 p.m. PST, 7 hours of pure role-playing action. And as always, anyway, remember to eat, geek, sleep, repeat. I'll holler at you on the next one. Peace.